So we were at the petrochemicals, so the refined products that we get from the refinery, so we take them to the hydro treaters, hydro crackers, we do the hydrogenation, we add up the things, we blend, mix, and then we get to the petrochemicals like polypropylene, polyethylene, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and all those materials. They are actually merged together from the refined products that we get from the refinery. Next we will go to the exploration. So there are different type of wells that we usually see in the oil and gas sector. So the first one is just the oil wells. So in the oil wells you have very minimal amount of the gas, or the gas oil ratio is very low, so you will get the oil well. Then comes the natural gas wells in which there is no oil. The oil wells that we are having in the Persian Gulf, they are multi-phase wells in which you will have the gas and oil. They both will be there. Some of them will be only the oil wells. So if you go for the most, chances are, like if you are in the offshore, so most of the time the oil well that you are going to get, a couple of the reservoirs or the areas, those have been segregated. They are divided up. A couple of them are just having the oil, some of them are having the multi phase. You will have the gas phase in them as well. Then comes the natural gas wells. So natural gas wells are just having the natural gas. So there will be no other materials. Traces of the oil can be there due to the high pressure and temperature, but once they will come out of the earth, they will come out of the surface, they will come up on the surface of the earth. So it will, due to the low pressure or the sudden pressure or the pressure change and the temperature change, they'll get dissolved into the natural gas. They'll come in the gaseous phase. Then comes the condensate wells. Condensate wells are the wells in which the natural gas is having the liquid condensate. So these wells are mostly on the onshore sides. So you'll find them there, that you'll have the condensate and the natural gas. To separate the condensate, you'll add up the separators, you'll add up this liquid separation traps over there. They can be low pressure, they can be high pressure, depending on your use, depending on the amount of the condensate that you are having over there. So this is how things work. The second one is the unconventional wells. Some of the unconventional wells, you don't know, you'll get the oil, natural gas, or the condensate, all three products in the same well. It depends. Most of the North Sea side offshore drilling is kind of unconventional wells. It can either be gas, for some time afterwards they'll become oil, and sometimes they'll be just oil and later on they'll become the uh, uh, gas phase. So it can be either first oil then gas, or first gas and then oil. So basically we do the geological survey that is known as the seismic data. You take the 3D visuals and the models. Seismic data, you'll note down everything. You'll collect the samples from there, you'll collect the sample of the sand, you'll collect the sample of the rocks from there. You'll know about the whether it is a barrier sandstones or barrier or the sandstones, and all those things they have been discovered by the geologists. They do the seismic data reports. So say they do a seismic survey. After coming from that survey, they'll come to know about that whether there is a reservoir or no. Once the reservoir is identified based on the pressure tip or the kick, pressure kick, so they start drilling. So during the drilling, when they are drilling inside the earth's surface, so they are also getting the mud and the other things, slings coming out of that. So the debris they are getting, they'll also survey them as well, and then they'll come to know that how much oil is present in that particular